Hi! Good to see you. How are things?
What on earth are you doing here?
Oh, I saw Rachel last night. Didn't she break the news?
No.
Well, Faye and I, we've just moved in.
Are you kidding?
Look at it move. Poetry in motion. I won't give for 5 minutes.
Oh, dream on, Vic. Way out of your price range.
I wasn't talking about the car. Oi, where are you sloping off to?
Well, anywhere as long as it's far away from you.
You're going nowhere, Scott. Not till I decide what I'm going to do with you.
Oh, leave it, Vic.
I will not leave it. He's gone too far this time and he's not wriggling out of it. Now get back inside and think yourself lucky you're not already banged up in a police cell. Go on.
Hey, Betty love, we ain't half missed you. Ain't that right, Biff?
Yeah.
Oh, Seth. You know, I know we're not exactly married, and I know Biff isn't really my son, but, well, I'll be damned if you're not the nearest thing to a family any woman could ever wish for.
They can call me Daddy if I like.
Cheers, Seth.
Oh, Linda, just in time, kettle's on.
Is Biff here?
Well, yeah, go through, love.
What the hell do you think you're doing, sat here calm as anything? I've been up all night worried sick about you. Why on earth didn't you come home?
Well, this is his home, love, thanks very much.
I don't believe it. Biff, you still haven't told her. You stopped here all night, ruined a gorgeous dinner because you couldn't face breaking the bad news. You flaming coward.
Linda.
Well, it looks like I'm going to have to tell her, doesn't it?
Tell me what, love, what's the matter?
Biff doesn't live here anymore, Betty. He only stayed last night because he's probably too scared to tell you. He moved out while you were away. He lives with me now, don't you, Biff?
On your head, son.
Dad, you'll ruin these before you get a chance to sell them. Here you go.
Sell. I did the books last night. If we can get the going rate for this little lot, by tonight we'll be in profit.
Oh, Dad, that's great news.
We'll be staying there, that'll be the hard part.
Yeah, we'll go to the wool pack for lunch. Let everybody know how well we're doing. All right, love?
Well, no, Ned, I can't, I'll be busy.
You can't spend all your time on the farm. It'll drive you balmy.
Gotta get out sometime, Mum.
I said no and I meant it. I'm stopping here. Just leave me alone, the pair of you.
Anything from Hong Kong yet?
Oh, yeah. The Hang Seng's closed up 60.
Better than nothing.
That's where we should be. Not stuck out here in the middle of nowhere.
Faye, trust me. We're here because we can make money.
I know, Steve, but where the hell's Emmerdale? When you said you'd show me the world, I thought you meant the interesting bits.
We won't be here forever. We make a killing and move on.
Couldn't we have tried New York or Paris first? Even Milton Keynes would have been more exciting than here.
We don't have a big company behind us anymore. And until we make a name of our own, we'll have to compromise. Besides, we can run this office from anywhere.
Well, why don't we then?
Because here we have minimal overheads, no competition, and a decent pub within 50 yards. What more could you want?
We've been here 5 minutes and already I'm bored rigid.
Right, come on, let's go.
Where to?
To see the Tates. They seem to have all the contacts around here. And they've got a stable, so at least you'll be able to do some riding.
Marvellous.
Where's Vic?
He'll be in any second. She'd never have come here.
I've got to get my magazine somewhere.
Terry, it was a mistake. I'm sorry it ever happened.
No, you're not. I've got to see you.
No,
Please, Viv, we've got to talk about this.
it never happened. We never kissed. There's nothing more to say.
Meet me up the hill in an hour.
I'm not coming, Terry.
Just 5 minutes, then I'll leave you alone.
You'll be waiting all day.
I'm not leaving here until you say yes.
All right, Terence. Hey, mate. You're a man of the world. Was that blonde tasty or what?
Can't say as I noticed.
Oh, no, of course you didn't. Must have something decent to look at for a change, eh?
Viv, that magazine order, you'll try your best, won't you?
I'll see what I can do.
Cheers.
That's it, Tom.
Right, and that's about it, really. But we can do anything you like. Hacks, eventers, whatever you want.
Steve!
Right, I best be off.
Oh, you've been very helpful. Thanks again,
Biff, anytime.
You managed to find us all right, then? Hard to miss this place. Quite a setup you've got here. You've met Faye, of course?
Yes, we ran into each other.
Is Mrs. Tate available? I'd like to meet her.
I'm afraid not.
She's taking a back seat these days. She finds the business a bit much to cope with at the best of times. It must be a lot to deal with, a company of this size.
A few horses and some lawns to cut. It's more like a hobby than a business.
Faye, this is just the half of it. Now there's the holiday village, the golf course. I mean, we've been expanding at the rate of knots for the last few years. So if we were, say, looking for investment opportunities in the area, you'd be the man to see.
Listen, why don't you both come round for a drink tonight? I'm sure we can discuss things further without fear of interruption.
We'd love to. Wouldn't we, Faye?
How was your holiday, Betty?
Oh, holiday. Do me a favour. My dad put his feet up on the settee from the moment he arrived, and he didn't take 'em down until I left. He makes my Seth look like a workaholic. Hey, I've come back to work for a rest.
Well, it's good to have you back. You missed a treat at the singles night, though. You should have seen your Seth's face when the exotic dancers stormed out.
Seth went to a singles night, and there was exotic dancers.
Oh, aye, but they didn't last long.
No, and nor will he when I get hold of him.
Chris, why the hell didn't you tell me someone came to look at the stables?
Sorry, Kim. I thought you were having a lie down.
Well, you should have checked, shouldn't you?
Well, you seem to spend most of your time on your back these days.
So, no change there.
We ought to be getting off, Kim.
I run the stables, Chris, and I won't have you chasing away my clients.
All right. Point taken.
Did they say when they were coming back?
They're not. I think they're looking for somewhere a bit more upmarket.
Frank won't be pleased about this.
Oh, I think Frank's a little bit preoccupied with his PA to worry about you.
We'll see.
Oh, going anywhere nice?
Just spending your inheritance.
Feel free. Not in the will anymore, remember?
Thanks.
Vic, this isn't doing anybody any good. We should try and see Scott's point of view and do what's best for him.
Will you stop talking about him like he's done nothing wrong? I'm not the villain here. If you'd have taken him in hand years ago, he might not have turned out to be such a flaming delinquent.
So packing him back off to London's the answer, is it? He makes a mistake, so you just wash your hands of him. He needs us, Vic. He needs you to be a father to him.
I've tried. I've done all I can do with him. I've taken him out. I've helped him with his homework. I've done all the father and son bit. And how does he react, eh? Huh? He steals from the post office and puts our whole livelihood at risk.
But he must have had his reasons. Maybe he wanted our attention. Maybe it was a cry for help.
He'll flame him will need help if we lose this place because of him. God knows where we'll all end up. Where you going?
Out. Cash and carry.
Oh, I feel awful about it, Seth. I just couldn't bring myself to tell her. Now I've upset both of them, and I'm probably going to end up sleeping in Bath at Dave's.
Nay, lad, Betty's a very forgiving woman. Yeah. You'll be back on speaking terms by Christmas.
Rachel, is there something you've forgotten to tell me?
Like what?
Oh, nothing important. Just your ex-boyfriend suddenly deciding to move into the village?
Well, he said he was coming to see you, so I thought he could break the news himself.
Oh, so you didn't have to worry about how I might react?
Well, he's got Faye with him. I hardly think he's going to have ambitions in my direction.
Perhaps not.
Thanks.
Anyway, when you're finished here, you can go and get some stuff in. They're coming over for a drink tonight.
Oh, so now he's spoken for, it's OK for him to come round. Is that it?
No, this is business. I mean, he's obviously got money he doesn't know what to do with. I just want to make sure a large chunk of it comes my way. Well, our way.
She's hardly been off the farm ever since she lost her job.
Oh, well, it's not surprising with the whole village knowing the reason why.
Yeah, Turner's not barred her as a customer.
No, but she thinks everyone's going to be staring and whispering about her.
Well, no one knows. And I'm sure with them it's as good as forgotten.
Oh, you try telling her that. She says she's never setting foot in the place again.
So, have you decided where you're stopping tonight?
Yeah, of course I have.
And who is it that gets the great honour of your company?
You, if you'll have me.
Right. Well, you can stop at the shops on the way home.
OK. What do you need?
You tell me. You're cooking.
Perhaps it would be better if you stayed with me and Betty tonight. for peace and quiet.
Right, Seth Armstrong. Singles nights and exotic dancers, you home now.
I'd nearly given up on you.
I wish you would, Terry.
You don't mean that.
Believe me, I do.
But you're here now, though.
Only to say, this has got to stop. Right now.
Viv, last night wasn't an accident. Wasn't even a heat of the moment thing. It felt right, you and I together. You know it did.
Terry, I'm a married woman. My husband is your best mate, for God's sake.
I can't help the way I feel. You and I have been threatening to happen for a long time.
Speak for yourself.
That night in London, after the dance competition, when I walked you back to your hotel bedroom, I so badly wanted to hold you. Close.
Don't, please.
I don't know how I managed to stop myself kissing you. I knew you wanted me to. Viv, you're not happy though, are you?
What do you know about it? You don't know me. You've got no right to make assumptions on my marriage. He might not be perfect, but he is my husband and I do love him.
Yeah, but he's not here now, is he? I am.
I've got to go.
Viv, I'm not gonna let you walk out on me again. We've wasted too much time already.
It's wrong!
Hey, how can it be wrong if it's what we both want?
Oh, you're so very sure of yourself, aren't you? But let me tell you, I've done nothing to encourage this.
Oh, come on, Viv, I can read the signs when I get them.
Of course, because you've had plenty of practice, haven't you?
I've got feelings for you that I haven't had since...
Britt, Tina, Elaine, and they're just the ones I know about.
It's you I want. I can't tell you how much.
You've just seen that me and Vic are having a bit of trouble, so you've thought, great, I'm in with a chance here.
It's not like that. I'm not like that.
What do you want from me, Terry? How exactly do you see our future together?
I don't know. Well, I haven't had time to think about it. Can't we just take each day as it comes and see where we end up?
You've got a nerve, I'll give you that. You really think I'll hurt my husband and my kids and jeopardise my marriage just for a quick roll in the hay with a local barman? Don't get me wrong. I aren't off tempted. And I can't tell you how good it makes me feel to be wanted again. I am really flattered. So thanks. But no thanks.
Do you call that a cream cake?
Is this a trick question, Betty?
We could be had under the Trade Descriptions Act. Where's the cream in that?
It's supposed to be like that. Any more and you lose the overall flavour.
Oh, Paul, the other one. I'm the public face of this establishment, you know. Anything not up to scratch and it's me who has to answer to the customer. Now, take it back and slap some more cream on it. Are you going to sit there all day?
Until I finish my VAT returns, yes.
You're making the place look untidy.
That's not finished.
It's stone cold.
That's the way I like it.
Well, then order a fresh one.
No, thank you.
I'm taking it. Now, Luke, what you've gone and done.
You stupid woman. Well, don't just stand there. Go and get a cloth.
You know where the kitchen is? You go and get a cloth.
Betty, is everything all right?
Yeah, it is. Why shouldn't it be?
You just seem to have been a bit short with everyone today.
Rubbish. I can't help it if I don't suffer fools.
Look, I'm sure I could cope for the rest of the afternoon if you'd like to get off early.
No, thank you. The days when I had a reason to rush off are sadly long gone.
There you go, Betty. Who's this for?
Me.
Guess what? Sold every last box. That's this month's rent taken care of and 20 quid to spare.
Holiday in the Caribbean, then, is it?
Oh, aye. More like a shandy down the Woolpack.
Well, if you're going to spend our money there, then you're on your own.
How long are you going to keep this up, love? You can't shut yourself away forever.
Don't you understand how I feel? How can I ever look anyone in the eye again?
Jan, you're blowing this out of all proportion. Nobody's giving it a second thought. If you come with me to the village tonight, we can put the whole thing behind us once and for all.
When will you get it into your thick head that I can't put it behind me? Took money from the till. I'm going to have to live with that for the rest of my life.
I don't suppose you've got any caviar tucked away anywhere, Vic?
Why, the Queen popping round, is she?
No, Her Royal Highness Faye is. I don't think she'll settle for crisps and a few dips.
Faye? I'm free tonight myself, as it happens.
It's just boring business, I'm afraid, Vic.
Ah, the Wanderer returns.
See you later.
Yeah. Where the hell have you been?
I've been doing some window shopping.
Had to get him into cover, and a fat lot of use he was.
I'll finish this upstairs. Take out my wages.
He's worse than useless. He'd be better off in London. It's a shame they still don't have national service. That'd knock some sense into him.
Oh, just give it a rest, Vic. I'm gonna have a bath.
Hang on, Viv.
What are you still doing here?
Some of us have to work for a living, Kim.
Don't flatter yourself. Frank only has you shuffling a few papers to keep you off the street.
If you don't mind, I've got a business meeting to attend.
With our development plans? Now, why on earth would you need to take these, Chris? Unless you were attempting some kind of deal behind Frank's back.
I'd explain, but it'd go right over your head.
Chris, you can either explain to me now or to Frank when he gets back.
I'm sure Chris will be here any minute.
Sorry, I didn't realise it was such a casual do.
You should see me when I look scruffy. So, what's the sudden attraction to Emmerdale, then?
Good question.
It's the area as a whole, really. Our client base is largely from the Asia-Pacific region, so we can work from anywhere. They want investment opportunities, so we thought we'd look around here.
How long have you two been working together?
Faye's the best PA a man could hope for.
Don't be coy, Stephen. Ours is a partnership in every sense of the word.
Yeah, I'm sure Rachel doesn't want to hear...
Steve was the company whiz kid and I humble secretary. And then our eyes locked across the boardroom table and we've been inseparable ever since.
How romantic.
Eventually he left to set up on his own and he realised he couldn't do without me.
I'm sure. But why here, Steve?
Well, having you and Chris as neighbours was obviously top of the list. Apart from that, we're near the airport, property's cheap, and it's wonderful to get out of the city.
This is a charming cottage. It's lovely for the summer. Whereabouts is your proper house?
So, Biff's off the up then, is he, our lass?
I'm afraid if her lass messed me about like that, she'd be out in her ear. No two ways about it.
You have to find one first, Roy.
Why don't you stay out all night, something like that, you know, just to teach him a lesson?
Like at Marjorie Proofs.
I don't want to teach him a lesson. I just want us to sort everything out between us.
It's going to be no fun for us to watch then, is it?
All this on top of my driving test. I'm never going to pass at this rate.
No, the less you think about it, the more chance you've got.
Vic, what can I get you? Pint of bitter. Blimey, Terry. You don't know how lucky you are.
How's that, then?
Not being saddled with a wife and kids. I mean, it seemed like a good idea at the time, but then they start getting ideas of their own and answering you back.
Having problems?
It's not too bad at the moment. None of them are speaking to me.
Hiya, Linda. Your supper's nearly ready, so why don't you down that and we'll get back before it burns, eh?
Well, actually, Biff, I fancy another one before I go. Make it a pint.
Hey, while you're up there.
Yeah, I think I'll have a large vodka this time, mate. Just go easy on ice, eh?
You know, this is exactly what my father wants. Divide and rule. You and I at each other's throats, so we're too busy to worry about him.
Is this going to be that little speech about us joining forces to thwart my wicked husband?
I mean, what's going on with you two anyway? No one's fooled by the Dutiful Wife Act.
Really? How perceptive.
He doesn't like you any more than I do. No, what puzzles me is why he was so desperate to get you back.
I don't think it puzzles you at all, Chris. We both know that before I married Frank, you really wanted me for yourself.
Don't be so ridiculous.
You couldn't bear it when I chose him instead. And ever since, you've been trying to get even with me.
What are you talking about?
We know the truth about each other, Chris. We both know what we want and how to get it. We could make a formidable team. I think perhaps you and I should get together after all.
I'm sorry about this. It's not like Chris to be late.
Don't worry. Something's obviously come up.
Does Chris spend a lot of evenings in the office?
Faye.
He must be very dedicated to his work.
And to his family. Have you and Steve thought about starting one?
Well, naturally, you think about it. But there's so much we want to achieve first. You've obviously given up any thoughts of a career.
I hope not, Rachel. It'd be a terrible waste.
Well, probably when Joseph's old enough to go to nursery, I'll think about taking a proper job again.
Full-time bar work, you mean?
Faye, I think you've got some lipstick or something on your tooth.
Have I?
Oh, well.
Is there a mirror anywhere?
Yeah, upstairs in the bathroom.
Thanks.
I'm sorry about Faye. She's not adapting too well to life in the country. She thinks it's all a bit beneath her.
No, it's okay. She's quite entertaining.
Actually, I think she's a bit jealous of you. You and I used to be...
Oh, don't be ridiculous. She couldn't... I'm not a threat to her.
No. Of course not.
So, where do we take it from here?
I'm not quite sure what you mean.
I used to find you very attractive, Chris. Some women find helpless men irresistible.
Oh, I'm far from helpless.
Good. Because I think you'd like to be in Frank's shoes in more ways than one. Wouldn't you?
But he's totally ruthless.
And you're not?
He cut his own son out of his will, and now look what he's doing to you.
You've no idea what he's doing to me, Chris.
I can guess he bought Glover off. Maybe offered you some money to come back.
Go on.
There's no way we can beat him alone. But together, we'd be a match for anyone.
Together. Well, I have to tell you, Chris, the thought of you and I together makes me feel really sick.
What the hell are you playing at?
Did you ever think for 1 minute I'd have chosen you above your father? Even when you could walk, you weren't half the man he is. The next time you do anything against my interests or those of the company, I'll tell Frank exactly what's happened here.
There's nothing happened here.
I don't think trying to seduce the boss's pregnant wife will help you get back into the will, Chris. Do you?